Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Hot Launch eBay shop. I do have quite a few orders to pack up tonight. I think it's 8 right now, and ideally we'll get even more orders before I get finished packing those. But I have a couple of things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that I got listing drafts all written up today on my lunch break. These just need to get, some of these things need to be cleaned a little bit, but then I just get photos taken, and these will be hitting my shop tonight or tomorrow. Probably not tonight. It's already, I think it's like 9:15. No, it's only 8:20. So, but that's late enough. These packages are going to take a little while, and I don't want to be down here all night. So I'm going to show you these things, and then I'm going to get in the other room and get packing. So stick around for that. If you want to stick around all year, I'm shooting for a goal this year of $50,000 in profit, and right now I think it's gonna be pretty tough to get there. I suspect we're gonna get to like 46,000, 45,000, something like that. But I'm still trying my best to get to 50,000. So I'm listing a lot of stuff. I'm diving into my death pile. I'm running sales. I'm doing everything I can think of to boost my profits before the end of the year. And today is the last day of the second quarter. Tomorrow we're heading into fourth quarter, and we've got basically 3 months to make about $16,000 or $17,000. So if you want to subscribe, I'm posting a video every single day and giving away all of my secrets. I'm telling you about every dime that I make and every dime that I spend and where this money is coming from. And it's all coming in small amounts. So right now I'm going to show you, this is probably going to add up to about 120, 40, like maybe like less than $200 worth of inventory, but I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the stuff that's ready to list. So let's take a look at it. All right, so none of this stuff is very, very exciting, but it will bring in money. So let's take a look at it. I found these today on a counter where people leave free things that they don't want anymore. And it's 3 Vanity Fair magazines. They're not exceptional. These are, except this one is brand new, still sealed. Probably this one could do $15 or $20 on its own if I waited long enough. But I'm gonna lot these all together. So this Joaquin Phoenix one from November 2019, like I said, still sealed, perfect condition. These other ones, this one is from 2019 as well. Has Lupita Nyong'o on the cover. What did I say it was? October 2019. And then this one is a little older, March 2014. The Hollywood issue has got, multiple celebrities on the cover. So I think $30 for these is not an unreasonable amount to expect. So that's what I'm going to ask for. And since I didn't pay anything for them, we'll be happy to drop that price down to 25 or something if we have to. I still have a lot of boat propellers I'm going through, so I'm trying to do at least one a day. They're all real filthy. They were stored outside, so they take a lot of cleaning to get them ready to list. These ones haven't been cleaned yet, but I did write the drafts up. Once I clean them, just take photos. They're pretty easy to photograph. And these should bring in $45 a piece. I think this bigger one is a little bit more valuable. Like people were trying to sell used ones for 120 or 180, up to 180. So I'm gonna put this one up a little bit more. I sneezed. That smaller one, 45. I'm mostly doing them all $45.99. This one I'm gonna do 50 bucks on and hope that it goes quickly. I paid about $6.50, $6.75, somewhere around there. I bought those at auction. This is a good piece of cookware. This brand is one to keep your eye out for. Magnalite. There's like those big, what are they called? Oh, like a big roaster, the big ones. They have a big domed lid, and some of them have like a tray cooling rack or something on the inside. Those are worth a lot more. I think they're worth like between 100 and 150. This one I saw at the church sale I went to on Saturday, and it had a $2 price tag. I just took it off. And I was like very stoked to find it. So I grabbed it up right away. But when I got ready to list it today, it's not really worth as much as I hoped. So There's like just a handful listed of this exact one with the double spout. There's like 3 or 4 listed maybe. And then there's 2 that sold in the last 3 months. One sold for like 24 and the other one for 16. So I was hoping for a little bit better profit on this, but I'm going to list that as this at $21.99 and maybe $24.99 and then lower the price if I have to. And then the last thing I have that's ready to go is just a set, 2, 3, 6 vintage Tupperware measuring cups. These are in the, like the avocado green. I think some people call it olive green, but I would call it avocado green. I paid $1 for these at that same church sale. I thought they were going to be worth just like $10 or $15, but there's 2 different green colors that seem to do pretty well. One is called lime green, and then this one, the olive green, does pretty good. I mean, I saw a couple of these that sold for like $35. I'm going to list mine at between 20 and 25. Maybe I'll go all the way up to 25 and see what kind of a person will want to buy these. They're pretty cool. Like this is the color of my childhood. This avocado green, harvest gold, and I guess it's just brown. I don't think there was a name for that brown. So it's all 70s colors. Okay, so that's everything that's ready to list that I just need to take the pictures of. So I'm not going to have time to do that tonight because there are these 8 orders that need to get packed. It's not going to be quite as big of a profit night as last night, which was over $400, which for me is like that. I think that might be the second best day I've had in the last 3 years. $400, and I think it was $405 and some cents. So I was happy with that. Today, I think we're sitting right now at just over 200. So after we pay for shipping labels and stuff, we're going to be around maybe 150. So at the end of the video, I'll tell you every item that sold and how much profit it made, and then how much profit we made for the whole day. And this is the last day of the month, so we're a little bit shy of the total I was hoping for the month, but I'm going to be happy. This, I think, will be the best month of the year. So let's go in the kitchen and start packing, and then I'll give you all that information at the end. So don't miss it. Stay around to the end. Okay, I pulled everything and it's all ready to go. I thought it was 8 orders, and I guess it kind of is, but these 2 are going in one order. Somebody bought both of these. I had that as a multi-quantity listing. These are these Diptyque brand essential face creams. These actually probably came from a airline. Like if you go on a first class airline, they're going to give you a little gift bag. They call it an amenities bag, and it has stuff like this in it. Maybe toothpaste, maybe whatever else rich people think they need. Anyway, I got a bunch of those kind of bags that were empty from the Goodwill, and they're not worth that much. Maybe like $8 or $9 a piece. But one of them had these tubes in it, so I assume this is what they were giving away to first class flyers. I don't remember the airline that was giving this bag away, but these 2 things were in there. I think I just relisted these maybe last night or 2 nights ago. I ended them and relisted them. And what did I pay for these? I think I paid $1 a piece for these, so I need to update my spreadsheet. I put $2 a piece, but it's $2 total. I paid $1 a piece for those. I had them listed at $20 a piece for these tiny little things, and I based that on other sales, so people were paying that much for them. But then when they had been listed for quite a while and nobody was buying them, so I relisted them at $15.99 or $16 or whatever, and somebody bought both of them tonight. So good for them. Good for me. I'm looking for I have a bunch of plastic bags in this drawer, in this basket. And I might have some that are exactly the right size in here. I just want to put them in a bag, so just in case there's any kind of a mishap in shipping, there's not hand cream flying out all over the place. But I have these little blue bags that I don't know where they came from, but they are just about the perfect size. I tried to use one of these recently and I realized they're tiny. I thought they were like 10 gallon garbage bags, but they are not. This is like not even 1 gallon, and I don't even know if it's a garbage bag. I don't know what it's for. Anyway, putting both of these in here. I'm gonna twist this and then wrap it again in the other direction. to really seal this thing in here, and then just twist it again. Okay, I'm not putting bubble wrap or anything, just go with paper. I finally brought these 3 rolls in. They've been sitting on my porch in a box for the last 3 or 4 days anyway, and I was lucky that it didn't rain, because that would be a pretty expensive problem if I just was too lazy to bring them in the house. Those rolls are heavy, so I was kind of, I don't know, I just didn't really want to have to carry them down the basement stairs, but here they are. They made it tonight. Okay, marker. I'm going to just write Diptyque, and move this out of the way. And let's see, this should be pretty light, 5 ounces, 6 by 5 by 5. And where are these going? Let's find out. These are going to MN in MA, Massachusetts. So that one's done. Okay, next. I have this little Tyco remote control car, and I don't have the remote for it. But apparently you don't need a remote if you're going to sell it cheap enough. So I don't even remember. I think I got this from a fill a bag sale at a church. And so it was sort of like, you know, in those kind of sales, you don't have to spend a lot of time researching and finding stuff that's actually high quality, high value, high sell-through rate. You know, you just find, once you find the first thing that's going to pay for the bag, then you can just grab everything that you think is interesting. And so I grabbed that little Tyco guy. Not worth much, but I paid a grand total of 87 cents for it after I averaged out the cost of the bag and how many items were in there. And this is a sale item. I've got, right now I have a 15%, and well, it's going to be over by the time you see this, but I had a 15% off sale running in my shop, trying to goose profits here at the end of the month as high as I could, just get as many sales as possible in the last few days of the month. And so this only sold for $11, but 87 cents into $11, not too bad. So hopefully somebody bought this, has a remote, and they're going to be able to do something with it. I just sold it for parts, you know. Somebody may have, I don't know if it's a vintage or what it is really. Tyco Micro Hopper. So 11 bucks. We'll probably end up making $7, $6 on this. Maybe less, I don't know. Oh, I already did the bottom? Okay, good. I usually do the bottom, but I guess I forgot that I already did it. Okay, I'm gonna put Tyco 12 ounces. This is cheap. This is gonna be cheap to ship. Whoops, I need measurements. 10 by 8 by 5. So I'm trying to go through this as quickly as possible. This isn't a night where I feel like doing a lot of work, so I want to get this done and get about my evening. This is going to a buyer whose initials are MS, and it's going to California. I don't need to put all this information on here, but I had a recent mix-up where I sent the wrong package. I switched 2 labels and sent 2 packages to the wrong buyers. And I usually write the initials of the buyer on the package so that I can match it up with a label later. Now I'm writing the initials and the state just as a fail-safe. I'm putting the initials out on the box and not covering them with a label, which is what I usually do, so that before I finish up tonight, I can just quickly double check all of the labels and make sure that they went on a box that they were supposed to go on. All right, next up. This is kind of a surprise sale. It's sold quicker than I thought. And I think it might actually bring in a little bit more money than I thought, though. So this is a Sony Handycam. This is the kind that you can put tapes in here, and you can also put a memory card in here, and it does not work. When it comes on, it turns on, and it says it has moisture in it, which obviously it doesn't. It's been sitting for years. It says, please leave it sit for 1 hour. It has moisture inside of it. So I bought a big box that had cameras in it. I think there were 5 or 6 cameras. And I think by the time all was said and done, I paid about $80 for all of those cameras with the hope that they were going to work. And then when I got them home, none of them worked. Like, not a single one of them was functioning. So I'm just selling them for parts or for repair. Somebody must have one that they want to repair, or somebody thinks they can repair this one. I don't know. But it was, I put as the cost of goods $16. I just kind of divided it up as evenly as I could. And this one got a little bit higher cost of goods than some of the other cameras, but 16 bucks. I had it listed for 40. on newer listings, I have been leaving off best offers, which, I mean, all it's doing is getting people to just send me messages saying, would you take an offer? Would you consider an offer? I think I got like 6 messages like that today, which are a little bit irritating, especially when, like, there's one guy who sent me an offer and I told him, I'm not currently considering offers on this because it's too new. I only listed this thing yesterday. I want to give it a chance to get its full value. And then he responded by saying, I'll give you, first he offered me 40 for something that was $75. And then when I said I'm not considering offers, he said, I'll give you 50. So this guy doesn't take no for an answer, but I decided to end communication with this shopper. So I found my tape today. I dropped this masking tape under the bench 2 nights ago, and I crawled under there, took it out today. So I'm using this masking tape to hold down bubble wrap. This was a suggestion from a viewer named Linda that putting masking tape is easier to get off and it's easier to find it when you're trying to unwrap these things. So good suggestion, and I think that tape is also probably a lot cheaper than some of the other tape that I have here at my disposal. In fact, I'm sure this one came to me for free somehow. Okay, I'm wrapping each of these things up individually in bubble wrap, and then I'm going to put it all in this box and wrap it all with paper. And I'm not going to worry about it too much because, like I said, this thing does not work. It is for sure broken and probably can't get much more broken. I probably could shrink this box down. Actually, I'm going to use this box instead. This one's already a little bit smaller, probably the right size anyway. Whoops. And it's an Amazon box. I'm not spending any money on this box. I sold this. The guy asked me if he could have it for he said, I had it listed for 40, and he said, I want to pay 40, including shipping. And that leaves me with an option to ignore him or to end the listing and list it at $40 with free shipping, which I don't want to do. I don't know where he lives. I might do that, and then he ends up living in Hawaii, and it's going to cost me $20 to ship it to him. So I just sent him an offer through the eBay messaging system. Now they have the ability to just do offers right in there, which is much more time saving than it used to be. And it's a lot easier because you can see, like, if you have a series of offers and counter offers, you can quickly and easily see the series of events and know, like, first I offered this to the guy for 25, and then he counter offered with 9, and then I went to 26. Whatever, you can see the series of events easily, and it makes it less cumbersome to decide what you want to do, because all the information is right in one place. So there we go. That's in that box. Let's cover up this label. So yeah, so he offered it. He said he wanted it for 40 with free shipping. I didn't want to do that. I just sent him an offer for $35. I didn't want to have to go back and relist it or edit the listing or anything like that. So I just sent him a $35 offer, and he accepted it. So this is going out after just a couple of days for 35 bucks. I paid 16 for it, so it's not the highest possible profit, but it's going to be okay. I mean, for a broken camera, it's fine. Really, I just wanted to get my money back off that deal. Let's see. It's going to... I need the weight on here. Put the measurements and not the weight. Talking too much. 1 pound 12. Probably just put in 2 pounds. All right. This is probably going to a foreign country. This looks like a freight forwarder to me. JG. Let me put that up here. And it's going to California. Southern California. Probably going to South America. That's my guess. But as long as it gets to that address in California, that's all that matters. I don't have to worry about it after that. This does fit in here. This is Cookie Tin. This is a company from Chicago, Little Ted's Cookies, 1411 Fullerton Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. It says Chicago 14, Illinois. I wonder what that means. I've never seen that before. I hear Pineapple's Claws sneaking up behind us. Anyway, rum cubbies. I thought this was cute. I found this at a garage sale. I think it was $4. And I think I had it listed for $32. I sent an offer, and that offer was accepted by a viewer, a supporter, a real big supporter, Susan. This is going to my friend Susan. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for everything. I'm not gonna put any buttons in here because I think I sent you a few of them already. But if you want more, just let me know. I'll send them. I'm talking about these buttons here. I made for my shop. So one with my logo on it, and one with pineapple. 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 Where'd you go, bud? Come here. He's down here. Pineapple, my dog. He's right here somewhere. Pineapple. Pineapple. Where are you? There he is. Come here. It's gonna be dark here. I'll turn the light on. Oh, come on, come on. Come and say hi. Come and say hi. Come here. Come here, my boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Stand up. Pineapple. Look, stand up. There he goes. There he goes. He's a good boy. He's doing real well. You know, we've had him on the anxiety medication for just over 2 months now, and I think he's responded very well to it. He's even seems like he's a little less reactive to other dogs, which he used to always bark when we see other dogs on a walk, but he's calmed down quite a bit on that. Even tonight, I left the front door open when I was loading some stuff in and out of my car, and he ran out the door, which he's never done that before. And there were 3 dogs across the street getting a walk, and he ran over to them, and I thought, oh no, we're gonna have a fight, and now we're gonna have a lawsuit. But he ran over by them, and then he stopped to pee on a tree to show them his dominance, I guess. So, and then I called him and asked him to come home, and he came right back. So, good boy, he's doing good. Hopefully it continues to do well. We're heading into the fall and then into the winter, so we won't have so much storms, thunderstorms, and fireworks as we usually have around here. So we won't know really how these drugs are actually affecting him for a few months, but it's been very promising. So we're happy. All right, gonna get this packed nice and safe. I think it'll be good in this box. So I sent an offer out today. If you don't know, a lot of people don't know this. As a seller, if I want to send an offer, I can't just send an offer to anybody. eBay shows you, it'll just say, here's a bunch of listings that are eligible to send offers on. So that means somebody watched the item or somebody viewed it a certain number of times, or somebody put it into a shopping cart, and then I have, as a seller, an opportunity to send them a discount and say, if you buy this right now, you'll get 10% off, or I usually do 10%. It feels like anything less than that is not that useful. I mean, not that enticing. I do send 5% offers when the item is on a sale event already. I'll send a 5% offer and I'll say something like, you know, here's your chance to get a little extra off this already discounted item, something like that. Rum, cubby. Anyway, I don't see the person that is sending it to, because I do sometimes, I'll send an offer and then I'll get a message from somebody that seems like they think that I singled them out to send them that offer, which that's just not how it works. 10 by 8 by 5 SS. And so I never try to dissuade somebody of that notion that I sent them a special offer, because if they feel good about it. But I've had a lot of people say, oh, thank you so much for the offer. I'm not going to be able to accept it, but thank you for thinking of me, or whatever. I was like, well, I didn't even know who you are. I didn't even know you were the person who was watching it. So I don't get that information from eBay. All right, 2 plates. These are like salad plates, so they're kind of small. I have some boxes like dedicated for dinner plates, but they're too big for this. But maybe, what did I do with these? Right on. 12 by 12 by 6. This will do it. This is a little tall. Maybe for 2 plates. I may resize this, or I might not. I mean, they are plates. They're fragile. I want to have as much space around them as possible. So I might not resize this. I might just really pack it. I don't always like using that much paper, but if I have to, I have to. And something like this, you really want to have probably 1.5 inches to 2 inches around all sides of the breakable item. I'm going to put a couple pieces of cardboard in between them. I keep all these scraps for these kind of purposes. So I'm going to do this. This is easy. I'm just going to fold this and then put it right in the middle. And then I'm going to put bubble wrap between and around them, because I don't want that I don't want them touching each other during shipping. I'm gonna make it so tight that they can't possibly rub up against each other. All right, I feel like I've been resorting to bubble wrap less lately and more to just the packing paper. But this bubble wrap does go pretty quickly. This roll, I think I just got like a month ago, and it's almost empty already, and I might finish it tonight. Do I only have one more after this? No, two more. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this in the bubble. I was thinking about going in both directions, but this feels like it's thick enough already. And then my secret trick, I use this stretch wrap. I've got my whole pegboard up here with all my supplies within easy reach. So stretch wrap, this is the main thing I use it for. It's keeping plates tight together. Seems like, I mean, I use it all the time for all kinds of things, but this roll is, I still got a ways to go. It's like I said, today's the last day before we head into the fourth quarter of the year, and I probably should start preparing for increased sales, and I need more packing materials. I probably need tape. I don't need labels. I probably don't need bubble wrap. I just got that paper, but that won't last through the whole rest of the year, I don't think. I'm just wrapping this cardboard around here for one extra layer of protection. I'm only gonna just do it this one way. And I'm really just kind of doing it because I already pulled it out from the cabinet over here. Okay, now it's just a lot of paper. Whoops, I might use those air bubbles. I think I'll probably use some of these air bubbles to fill some of this space. They're not my favorite packing material, but they seem to appear. I mean, I felt like I just emptied this area out of them, and now it's all filled up with them again. So, plates. I'm trying to think about filling the corners with these. Two more. That one already has a hole in it, so that's why this one has a hole in it. This one has a hole in it. This is why I'm hesitant to use these, because they do get holes. So forget it. These plates were like, they're not that expensive, $28. I thought they were closer to $50, but I'll use this paper, this scrap paper. Okay, I'm gonna put, what do I want to do? I'm just gonna keep going with this scrap brown paper. I don't know where this came from. Okay, good. I don't know how far these are going. I'm gonna guess California. Okay, it seems like it used to be that almost every package, I would say 4 out of 10 packages were going to either California, New York, Florida, or Texas. Coincidentally, the 5 states with the largest populations. And then after there were some shipping increases, postal costs went up, it felt like those states kind of fell off. This actually is not going to California, it's going to eBay International Shipping. So EIS. And let's find out what state. DK. What state? Show recipient's address is going just to Canada. These are Wedgwood plates. These 2 salad plates cost me $4.40 and I sold them for $28.04. So again, this was a 15% off deal. I think I don't have as many of these plates left. I think I've gone through probably half of all the plates I had, but I had a lot of like designer plates, and they have slowly been going. They've been listed long enough to be on the sale. So my sale that is running right now, like I said, it'll be over by the time this video hits. That sale is 15% off anything that's been in my shop for at least 45 days or more than 45 days. So those plates have been around for at least a few months, but they're gone now. All right, this was an Adidas hat. Nothing special about it really, just a normal Adidas hat. I got it from an estate sale not too long ago. In May, I got a bunch of hats and a bunch of Adidas stuff from an estate sale in May. And I paid 58 cents for this hat and sold it for $17. I should have put a bag around it. I usually put bags on hats, but I was going too quickly and I wasn't paying attention. So this poor hat is going on its own. 7 ounces. 10 by 7 by 3. The buyer's initials are CS, and it's going to New Mexico. I don't feel like New Mexico is the farthest possible state away from Chicago, but stuff going to New Mexico seems more expensive than even to California, so I'm not sure what that's all about. All right, the next and final item. I'm going to open this to show you what's in here. Although if you've been watching for a while, you would have seen these. This is a box full of old-timey vintage light bulbs, Commonwealth Edison style light bulbs. These are the ones, like when I was a kid, my mom would take me to Econo Drugs, and she would go there to pay the electric bill. And then when she paid the bill, they would say, what kind of light bulbs do you want? And she would say 40 watts or 60 watts or whatever. And then we would bring home bulbs that look exactly like this in this kind of cardboard sleeve. And then maybe I'd get a little plastic toy or something while we were at the drugstore. So I got these and a bunch of other light bulbs from a guy on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, I can't remember which, who was giving them away, and he just wanted to clear out his attic. So I sold a few of these, a few different ones, smaller ones like candelabra ones or chandelier ones. And then I just decided to put as many as I could fit in this box and list those all together. So I have 2 boxes like this, and they're technically against eBay's terms of service. You're not really supposed to sell incandescent light bulbs because I don't know why, but they're not technically allowed to be sold. But somehow these slipped through the cracks. I didn't really realize that until I had already listed them, and then I didn't really worry about it. I just left them up hoping somebody would buy them, and they did. So I have another box just like that in the garage with a different wattage. So I really kind of want to double box that. I would like it to be, I don't want it to be too big. Like I don't want it much bigger than this. Oh, I don't know if I can fit. I might be able to fit. I think I'll just take another box exactly the same and then just try to wrap it around and kind of force it around here. I don't think I'll be able to squeeze it like this and make it go all the way down. So I'll probably have to cut one of these corners and then just wrap it, and I'll just have one corner that needs a little bit of attention. So I'm going to turn the camera off and do that. This box is too big for your viewing pleasure. So I'll be right back. All right, that box is as complete as it's going to be. So normally if I have something fragile and I want to double box it, I want to have some space between the interior box and the exterior box that I can fill with void fill paper or bubbles or something. In this case, this box would be like, it would have to be like 16 by 16 by 16. And I don't have a box like that, and I don't want to ship that giant box. So I'm basically just double walled it. I just put a cardboard wrap all around it of the same size box. When it got to the corner here where it was exposed, I taped on a corner here, and that's going to be, I guess there's a little risk. I mean, these are light bulbs. There's a big chance that they could get damaged in shipping. I mean, they throw stuff around like crazy in these shipping companies. So this could get broken. A couple of these bulbs might get broken. I'm going to take the risk and hope for the best. I got them for free, so if I have to reimburse this guy some of his money, it's going to be okay. I had these listed for $100 for, I think it's like 80 light bulbs, 60 or 80 light bulbs. Then I had them on that 15% off sale, so they were 85. And then somebody sent me an offer for 60. And typically, if I have something on sale, I'm not even entertaining an offer. But in this case, I need these to get out of my shop before the eBay robots catch on that I'm selling incandescent light bulbs, which are against their rules. So if you, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't agree with me for trying to sell these, but I wanted to sell them. I don't think that's a rule that eBay should have in place. I don't think it's any of their business what kind of light bulbs people use. And I mean, who's using these? This is like a lifetime supply of light bulbs. This is somebody who wants them for some weird collection or something. So anyway, I'm going to buy labels for all of these boxes, and then I will come back and I'll break down profits on each item and then total up all of today's profits. Then tomorrow for me will be October 1st. So if I have the wherewithal, I'll put together a whole breakdown of the month of September to see how we did. It definitely will have been the most profitable month this year. So tune in for that. But right now, stick around. I'm going to give you a breakdown of these profits. Okay, this big stack is all ready to go, and I have labels on all of them. I've already requested a pickup on my porch, so I'll leave these out in the morning and my carrier will take them when she comes with the regular mail. And then we'll just quickly look at our spreadsheet and figure out how much money we made today. So let's start at the bottom tonight. So those 2 little tubes of Diptyque Essential Face Cream sold together for $29.49 profit. They actually sold for $33.98, and then after shipping and cost of goods and eBay fees, we ended up at $29.49. So then the Tyco Micro remote control car, I only paid 87 cents for it, and it brought home $8.37. So that's a pretty big, that's a really pretty massive increase on that small cost of goods, but it's only $8. Finally, no, not finally, but next, the Sony Handycam that was broken, that brought in $16.27. The Rum Cubbies Vintage Tin, $20.74. 2 Jasper Conran Wedgwood plates, $20.71. Those are little salad plates. Adidas cap, $15.16. And then finally, this big box of light bulbs, $45.79 profit. That leaves us today. It's just before 9:30, so we have a lot of time. Could be more orders coming in tonight, but right now we're at $156.53. So according to my calculations a couple of weeks ago, I need to make $192 every day on average for the rest of the year in order to reach my $50,000 goal. This month, right now, the average profit per day is $163.91. So we've had some pretty high profit days here at the second half of the month, so I might have to go and do some more calculations to figure out the daily profit that I need to be making if I want to hit that goal of $50,000. And believe me, I do want to hit that. So let's look quickly at my this chart tracks the whole year. So right now for the month of September, our total profit, let's start with the gross. This month I have grossed $8,175 plus change, and then of that, net actual profit is $4,819.74. The next highest month this year was April, which was $4,367. So like $450 more this month than then. You can see on this chart maybe that here's last year, down here is light blue, and it was like one high month at the sort of the beginning of the year, March, and then pretty much level every month after that until November and December, fourth quarter business. This year it's a little different. It's like pretty much straight for the first 3 months. Then April had a bit of a little jump. Then we dropped way down in May, and then we just slowly been inching our way back up since then. So if this trend continues and it keeps going up, October, November, and December will be even more than this, 4,819. So right now we have earned total for the year 32,141. So that means we need to, in the next 3 months, we need to make 17,858. Let's do a little math. 17,858. Whoops. 17,858. And then divide that by 3. So October, November, December divided by 3 equals $5,952. So we need to basically make $6,000 every month for the rest of the year. I mean, last year it did, like November and December were essentially double the average for the rest of the months. So it's possible that November and December we make like $7,000 and $8,000 each of those months. That means we just have to make 4 or 5 in October. I don't know. I mean, in my experience, which is not that limited, is not that extensive, keeping track of this kind of stuff, October isn't, I just have 1 year statistics to go on. October isn't going to be a huge increase. Ideally, November and December will be, but hopefully October will be too. So I am just like going to work as hard as I can for the next 3 months, try to get as much stuff listed as possible, and just shoot for this $50,000 goal. Earlier in the year, I did some predictions, and I thought this is the number that I'm probably actually going to make, 45,360. So if we make this amount, I'll be content. If we make 50,000, I'll be very happy. So that's it for tonight. Stick around. I'm making a video every day of the week, so join me until we get to the end of the year and see if we hit that $50,000 goal. All right, bye.